Welcome to the Club 54 post-round show from JCB Golf and Country Club. The competition is already hot. After an exciting round one, Joaquin Niemann is not just leading the tournament, he's charging toward the season-long crown, and the pressure is building. Adrian Meronk, Brendan Grace are right there at the top with them, and Bubba Watson is flexing his skills. Terrell Hatton is feeding off the home crowd energy, and we are here to talk about it all. Welcome to the Club 54 post-round show. I'm your host, Christian Crosby, joined by seven-time European Tour winner Gonzalo Fernandez Castaño and your favorite LIV golf analyst, my best friend forever, Jerry Fultz. And round one has come to an end, and the leaderboard is absolutely stacked here at JCB. Pretty exciting stuff. A lot of storylines to talk about, especially Joaquin Niemann. He must have heard our pre-show because we talked so much about him in our pre-show. Here we are in post talking about him again as he leads the way. He looked pretty good today, guys.
Yeah, I mean, it was a year ago he had a 40-point lead coming into this event with 3 to go, and he lost the individual title to Rahm. He went out today like a man on a mission, wanting to get it done, wanting to not leave anything to chance and build on that lead, not just maintain that lead heading down the stretch with only 2 more stroke play events to go. It was impressive. It was very impressive, and I can rest assured there's no way Rahm and DeChambeau, as closest pursuers, were keeping an eye on that individual leaderboard as well.
I followed him for the first 10 holes, and let me tell you, it was fun to watch. He's hitting it nice, he's hitting it long, he's hitting it straight, and more importantly, he's holding putts. And when Joaquin Niemann is good around the greens, you know what, he can get the job done.
Like David Faraday said, he said he's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. He's won 4 times, 160 points. He's averaged 1.3 points per event that he hasn't won. So today we got, I guess, Dr. Jekyll.
Yeah, well, for sure.
Yeah.
Honorable mention, though, the fans and that party hall. I was impressed. It seems to be growing each and every year. The fans.
Sounds like you were there the whole time.
I might have snuck over there. I might have snuck over there. Let's take a look at the individual leaderboard as we conclude round one, an exciting showdown of the best of the best. Adrian Meronk, Joaquin Niemann, and Brendan Grace leading the way with a 6-under finish. Bubba Watson, captain of the range, goes, love to see that guy at the top of the leaderboard. Exciting stuff. Carlos Ortiz and hometown hero Lee Westwood with 5-under finishes. Mark Leishman representing Ripper GC at the top of the leaderboard. And we got a lot of Legion guys at the top as well. Let's take a look at the team leaderboard following round one. Now this is what I like to see. Legion, Stinger GC, and Torque GC. That's a team we haven't discussed too much in our pre or post show. Love to see them at the top of the leaderboard. Jerry, any thoughts of these top teams here on this list?
Well, Stinger's capable of winning any time, but really Brandon Grace has kind of, for about a season and a half, kept them out of the winner's circle and off the podium for the most part, except for the occasional good performance. Ripper GC, obviously they can win any time. Torque is the one. They've won 4 times, but they did it all in the same year. They haven't won since, and that's been 2 years now. And it's good to see them back up top because they expect to win, and they've kind of gotten, unfortunately, used to not winning of late.
Let me tell you, I'm happy to see the Majestics up there as well. Just 2 shots behind the local heroes. I mean, it's you can tell. I mean, the crowds were loving it today. I mean, that 14th hole, as you said, it was loud. But I mean, when you see the locals, Tyrrell as well playing well, when you see the English playing well, you know it's going to be a good weekend.
Yeah, and they were supporting them, and they will continue to do that as long as they stay near the top. And they need it so bad. The Majestics need it so bad. Ian Poulter needs it more than anybody. He right now resides in the relegation zone, and he needs probably about a 15th place finish or better to have enough points to ensure that he's in the open zone and likely having a job next year without going to the promotions event. There's a lot on the line as we come down the stretch in the next few weeks.
And this is the perfect course, it seems to be, for the competition to get a little more tight. I know you followed a lot of people, Gonzo, Jerry. You got to watch the entire day from the booth. Joaquin Niemann, right? We know it's not skill. We've seen this guy dominate the league this year, and he looks great today. What do you think his biggest challenge is going to be this week on this course with these guys chasing him?
Most of his challenges, I think, Gonzo, are internal. I mean, the game is there. He's always a good ball striker. Sometimes he seems to get in his own way. I think he feels more internal pressure than just about anybody else. And we know there's pressure on him down the stretch trying to get that individual championship and all that means. But I think he puts more pressure on himself than just about any other player. And I think once he realizes he's as good as everybody else in the world knows he is, then it's going to be even scarier than it's been this year within the LIV Golf League, and that will transcend into majors as well.
It has to happen eventually. I mean, he's too good of a player not to happen. I think, as you said, I think he probably feels that he's got the weight of LIV on his shoulders when he's out there, and of course that's never easy. But I love what I saw out there. He was having fun. He had his friend in his bag for the very first week, and it definitely paid off.
And his friend's got a very chill kind of demeanor to him. Now, Gary Matthews, a great caddy known as Animal, the one that recently parted ways amicably, from what I understand. Gary's a great caddy, but he is high energy. I get nervous watching him. So I think the calming influence is going to be a really good thing for Waco as well, because even though, you know, he walks very calmly and he conducts himself very calmly, he's not that guy that's beating his chest saying, look at me, look at me, look at me. There's a lot going on inside. So I think that calming influence is really good for him.
We're going to have a deeper dive conversation about Joaquin Niemann
deeper
a little
than
bit.
That? How much deeper can we go?
We're going to go all the way.
All right.
We're going all the way, baby. Have you guys had any words with Waco this week by any chance? I know, Gonzo, you always find your way into the mix.
Yesterday he was struggling because, I mean, he got in the rough and he got some poison ivy, and he wasn't happy about it, so he missed the pro-am yesterday, but I mean, he was fully recovered by today. I mean, I saw him at the range this morning. He was hitting beautifully, and I was surprised. I mean, I haven't followed Waco for quite a while, and I was surprised how long he hits it, and how strong he is, and how easy it was for him when he got in trouble and when he got in that high rough, how easy it was for him to get it out. I mean, going all the way to the green, I was looking at the lights with Suwan. I think, well, he's going to punch out. No, he's going for the green.
Got a little more club head speed than we ever had, Gonzo.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
Well, let's take a look at our individual points leader, Joaquin Niemann, and highlights from round one. Pretty exciting stuff from Waco. Jerry.
This is his second at the third hole. Actually, that's his third at the second hole. This was for birdie at 5, and even though he shot what he shot today, 6 under par, he left a few out there. But from close range, he was pretty deadly. This range here, longer range, he had a little trouble finding the speed on these greens that were rolling 11.7, but there's so much undulation. And you mentioned it's a course that can really bring the competition together, Christian. It really is, because 6, 7, 8 under par is out there any given day without extreme weather conditions. But if you're not firing on all cylinders, to use a worn-out cliche, it can jump up and bite you as well.
Look at that.
Beautiful tee shot on 12, the drivable par 4.
That was the first one I saw today get on the green, and he made it look so easy. He got the good forward bounce off that uphill slope because he hit it so extremely low. Sven was calling that tee shot. She said, oh, this one's low, and it carried right in the upslope and still kicked forward, which doesn't happen.
A big day for Joaquin Niemann. Let's talk a little bit about Adrian Meronk putting on for Cleeks GC. Had a solid day today. Is this a course you would have expected to see Adrian dominate on?
No. I mean, Adrian is a great player, world-class player. We've known that his whole career. But after winning the first event in Riyadh, he has struggled, and now he's starting to find his form. And any of these guys at the top, any of the stars within the LIV Golf League, they find their form. They're going to be there one time or another.
I think we talked about it a few weeks back in Valderrama, a bit of Ryder Cupitis. He won the first event. Yeah. He got that text from Luke Donald. He was probably trying maybe too hard the rest of the season, so it's good to see him back, good to see him getting back in shape. I mean, but what you were saying about the course, I think when Adrian is playing well, I think any course can fit that guy. I mean, he's got the length, he's got everything, he's got all the tools in the bag.
And I don't envy Luke Donald's decision. I mean, Adrian hadn't even been part of the Ryder Cup conversation. There are a number of Europeans within LIV who are part of the Ryder Cup conversation. He's going to have some tough phone calls to make when it comes time to make those final decisions.
We have some Adrian Meronk highlights we want to go through. Question first. What is going to be his biggest challenge on this course? And realistically, with his game, with this style of course, with the big dogs chasing, with Bubba standing next to me right now.
Yeah, no. Bubba doesn't follow cues. He's like, I got a mic, I'm coming in.
Yeah, hey, Bubba. Hey. What's up, man?
I got a mic, man.
I see that.
I got one.
You can talk into
What were you asking? Sorry, I interrupted you.
We have Bubba Watson joining us in just a few moments, but I think
he's going to be one of Adrian. He's going to be one of Adrian Meronk's biggest challenges right there.
Come on in here, man. Get in here. All right.
How you doing,
we were actually going to grab you in a
few,
few, but I like that you just popped in like
she
that.
didn't want me to walk in, and she's still mad at me. Look at her. She is not you. She is.
Hey, she gets mad at me every day.
Well, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
welcoming to the show,
Thank you.
Captain
This
of
is
the
my
Range
first,
Goats,
this is my
Bubba
first
Watson.
time on here. This is nice.
All right, so
Nice setup here.
Take us through your day today. What's working so well for you out there?
I putted really well today. Yeah, I putted really well today. But, you know, it was knowing that Patrick Reed was in my group, how solid of a player he is. You have to step up, right? You want to beat the people you're playing with. And so I know how he's been playing. I know how good he is. And I know what he's going to do. And so that just challenges me. It gets me up for the day. And I wanted to compete with him, and I did today. So it worked out good.
After you were commentating captain your first year, and we appreciated that. That was awesome, by the way. When you came back to playing after your surgery, the area of your game that wasn't the strongest or wasn't where we're used to seeing it, which is totally expected, was short game. The short little chip shots and the wedges around the green. How much work did that take to get them back to where they're going now? And you're probably putting as good as you have in your entire career.
Yeah, 100%. I think so. The knee, having the surgery, it was on my front knee, and so you kind of get off, like, I want to put the weight on my front toes when I'm putting.
Yeah.
And I want to put the weight up there when I'm hitting some certain chip shots.
You do it. You lift your heel off the ground.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to do that on purpose to remind myself to get there. But then when I had the surgery, you favor that leg, right? So you favor it because of pain, and then you have the surgery. Now you're favoring it because the muscle's not quite 100%. So you lose where you're at, right? And so I just think it took me a while to realize that there was something missing. The old Bubba, the old way I played golf was not there, so I needed to tweak that a little bit.
Let me tell you, my first tournament ever in the PGA Tour, I played with this guy, Chrysler Classic 2006. It's been a while. I will never forget, I mean, how much he would shape the ball in the air. I followed him around. Last 8 holes today. It was fun to watch. I mean, you can still, he never hits a straight shot.
Yeah,
Everything has a bit of a draw.
Do you remember that, Bubba?
He remembers it well. Yeah, he remembers that first round.
Chrysler Classic, you went bogey-free for the whole tournament.
I was going to say that, but he said it first. I went bogey-free, I finished third.
What'd you finish?
I missed the cut.
But no, Faraday said it many, many years ago about Bubba, and it's the greatest line ever. He can't see straight. You don't see golf shots straight, ever. I mean, if you have to hit one straight through the trees at the green, that's the only way I've ever seen you hit one straight is when you don't have a choice to bend it.
Right, when you don't have a choice, you have to pull off that shot. But most of the time, I'm trying to figure out a way to fit the ball into the fairway, or I'm trying to fit the ball onto the green. So I'm always trying to see the angles and where my misses.
Has it always been that way since you were a kid? I mean, you're basically self-taught.
Yeah. So when I was a young kid, I had regular stiff shafts, so I got to college, and so I had to play the big hook. And then when I turned pro, I got X100 shafts, so then I could hit. So then
you didn't get them until you're pro?
No, I grew up different than I do now. You know what I'm saying? So those regular stiff shafts were all we could afford at the time.
Back in Baghdad, things were a little different.
Yeah, things were a little different back then.
Bubba, you're no stranger to the broadcast, so we're gonna have you take us through your highlights of today, if you don't mind. You're so good at it, so we figured we'd let you do that. You down?
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look at some highlights from Bubba Watson following round 1. Bubba, take it away.
Okay, where are we at?
Number 4. Right here.
Number 4. This was the 20-footer straight up the hill, and I barely got it there. And right before I putted, I said, it's uphill. Let's see, number 9. Oh, this is a long one. And then the Majestics box or bar is right up there, so I pointed at them after I made it because they were all yelling. 10, I finally hit a good tee shot. They had the tee up today because it's into the wind. And then I hit a great chip shot here because I was trying to go for it. To make this 6-footer was a big stepping stone because it was a tough little break. 12, you're going for 12 off the tee. I chipped it to like, well, let's say 5-6 feet, made it right up the hill. And then 16 was a 3-iron off the tee. I put it just in the first cut, and then I hit a 52 degree and then curled that right in there from, again, 6-7 feet. I made those all day.
You did. That was incredible, Bubba.
Thank you. I played well. Oh, you're talking about that? Or
Both. Now, we do this thing called form check.
Yeah, I do. I knew that.
Where the fans submit the swings, you check the form, you're brutally honest, everyone laughs, but it's funny.
Okay.
And we figured we'd do that again with you right now. You ready?
Is it your swing?
Maybe.
Okay.
Hopefully not.
Okay, here we go.
All right, here's a little guy getting it dialed. Okay.
That's actually good. And so what I really like most about this, the club looks a little heavy, because, kids just don't have it. But I love that he's swinging full at it. I want at a young age, you got to learn how to hit the ball really hard. That right there looks like he needs some body work. It didn't look like, it doesn't turn, right? You know what I'm talking about. Like, we've got to get that. But see, I love when the young kids hit it really hard like this. You can't teach speed later in life. You have to teach,
I love that one.
You teach speed early, and that's what I learned to do at age 6. So you got to teach the speed beginning of the game. Well, I can't
Look at
see
that.
what's going on right here.
That's
an old swing. You can tell because that's body work you get. You've got to get where your hips can move and rotate back and forth.
Bubba, before you go, I got to ask you, I'm so curious. What do you do after a round? What's a typical post-round
Well, he doesn't
situation
drink,
for
so
you?
I know he behaves himself.
I just
drink
got to
water.
know. I want to know. What do you do after a round?
When I'm
Ice
in a
cream.
place like this, I'll eat at the golf course here. Last night I ate at the golf course.
Spaghetti bolognese?
No, they
No?
had some chicken
Switching
and
it
some
up.
stuff.
Yeah, okay.
Well, it depends on what they have here. And so then, like, I got in there last night. It was around 6. I did therapy here at the golf course, so I got to the hotel around 6. I never came outside my hotel after that. I played some games on my phone because me and my wife have a challenge on the phone of this game that we play, and then I watch Netflix the whole time.
Can we know a game?
Yeah, which game?
Oh my gosh, it's called.
Putting you on the spot here.
I mean, I don't. It's Woodaku, maybe? Is that what it's called?
It's like a Sudoku with
Yeah,
words?
Woodaku.
Oh, okay.
I said it right.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, what
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
Okay, that's
Great
She's
plug.
beating me right now. I'm so mad about it. So I'm playing all the time. I'm like,
All right, well, Bubba, thank you so
Oh,
much
man,
for
thanks for
joining
having
us,
me,
for
man.
crashing a party. You can finally get out
Thank
of
you.
here now,
Good luck,
and
man.
good
Thanks,
luck
man.
this week,
Oh,
Bubba.
thank you.
Thank you so
hey,
much.
Man, shake my hand, man.
There you go.
Thanks.
Give me a hug. Give me a hug.
Oh,
Give me a
man,
hug.
hug it out,
Give me a
man.
hug. You never know what's going to happen here on the Club 54 post-round show. Here's a post from Live Golf League. Who suits the look the best? Maybe it's Bubba. All right, at Live Golf, you know we're all about the access. Let's listen in on hometown hero Ian Poulter's round.
I got 204. So I got 203 on paper. Helping us off the right. 6-iron does you nicely.
I'm good, thank you.
I'm good, thanks, big boy.
I'll need one, but
I'll go back and get one.
okay. Lovely, yeah?
Yeah. Well, it should be into us. I feel it off our left. It shouldn't. Yeah, it shouldn't be. It should be very much into us.
What are you feeling there?
Well, we're into the wind, right? So
7?
it is, but obviously it needs to get up to get the effect of the wind. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think you're going far wrong.
That one yesterday,
Yes, you did.
and it come up just a bit short.
Yeah.
So I think this is perfect.
Come on then. 257 runs out just right at the bunker.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And what breeze there is back into us again. Very much straight into us. What there is.
80
Yes.
into
Yes.
slightly from the right.
Yes.
Playing.
You got to take, yeah, close to 10, huh?
Yeah. You happy soft 6?
Yeah, 'cause I think it'd be lovely just to hold this at this one, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Straight into it. Still 10 more behind it, mate, directly on line as well.
It's gone up 200 yards.
So spinny. Yeah. Tried to trap it, his neck. So much fun hearing Ian Poulter do his thing, the youngest member of the Majestics at heart.
At
Ian
heart.
Poulter. Yeah.
Yes, he's a national
At
treasure,
heart.
an absolute national treasure. And what he does away from the course for others goes a lot of time without fanfare, and it's incredible.
All right, it's now time to toss it over to the dynamic duo that we all love so much. Rachel Drummond and Pat Perez are out live on the driving range as we speak. Tossing it over to you guys now.
We're here with HV, who is a football fan. Is it Wolves? Are you Wolves football fan?
No, I'm the Rovers. Up the Rovers. Up the Rovers.
Is Wolves wrong?
Up the Rovers? Is that a thing? Oh, yeah. Massive. Fall season tickets. What are you a fan of? Who do you support?
England.
Not the Rovers. It's not coming home. He
Um,
loves saying that.
thank you, HV.
Look at Gerald. Look at Gerald here. We got Gerald covered. Jesus, hurry up.
Never coming home.
Can I ask one question about
Yes,
today?
come on.
HV, how were the conditions?
They were awesome. It was ideal. I thought it was very playable. The course is in great shape. I didn't execute, and obviously someone did out there. It seems like every week they do. So it's good. Just got to keep playing and figure it out. It's golf, huh?
I saw you working away here. What were you doing exactly to get ready for tomorrow?
Caddy, he's upset that I wasn't smiling and having a good day today, which is that's what he's there for, but it was doing my head in. So it's a good good reset. I felt like I was fine. I just in one of those moods, and it's just golf, and just need to be thankful for the opportunity and have a chance to play this wonderful game.
Tomorrow's a new day.
Yeah, if we see tomorrow, it'll be good. Yeah, up the Rovers, baby. Up the Rovers. Up the Rovers.
Okay, Pat, talk to me. You were out early doors with Rahm. What were you seeing?
Nothing.
Just what?
Not a lot of action. They didn't really. They only made one birdie between the three of them on the first 9 holes. Rahm made a terrible bogey on 3. He had some looks. I mean, he only missed 2 greens when I was with him, and he just didn't really make anything. He birdied. He birdied 8 and 10 to get him back on track. And who the hell did I have?
Then you moved to Cam.
Yeah, I went to Cam, and I brought him his bad luck. He bogeyed 3 in a row, which was terrible. You know, and then Phil, you know, him and Phil, I think they all shot 2 under, but just wasn't, you know, kind of exciting. I kind of missed all the good stuff.
And you were there seeing the course conditions. It's normally playing, you know, target golf because it's very soft. Was it soft?
You know, it was. The greens, you know, downwind shots are a little tougher, but as a whole, the course in phenomenal shape. So, you know, I saw some good shots. I mean, they're just, you know, guys just weren't really, you know, taking advantage of them in my groups.
And we're seeing Gracie play well again. You know him very well. You know, what do you think's changed? It seems like, to me, his mentality is just prime at the moment.
Yeah, I don't know. It always takes a guy, if he can get something going, you know, they can carry the momentum. I mean, Gracie's been a great player for a long time. You know, he won in Portland, you know, my first event on LIV. You know, he's played great in President's Cups, all that kind of stuff. It's not like he hasn't, you know, known how to play, but I think there was a certain spark that happened for him in Spain. It's awesome to see because he's tied for the lead. I get him tomorrow, so I get to watch it again. So I'm really happy for him. I hope he, you know, can close out the season with, you know, a couple more good weeks.
And we've got Brooks here. He's been absolutely grinding away. He was last on the range yesterday. He was first here. You know, what do you think is going through his mind right now?
You know, I don't really know. He didn't play well at the Open last week. You know, I know he does grind it out, but I really don't know. He was 4 over early, so he did come back. He did well to shoot 1 over, but I'm not talking about it.
And finally, Pat, a lot of players are going to be, like, relegation is really hot on people's tails right now. We've only got this event, 3 more in the States. You know, what would you be saying if you're their coach, mentor? You know, you've been one of the best golfers in the world.
I don't know. It's one of those things. You're just hoping that it clicks one day. You know, you're hoping that, you know, 9 holes turns into 18 holes, and 18 holes turns into 36, and then at the end of 54, you played well enough. It's just one of those things. You know, I struggled all last year. I was just, you know, working hard, just never really came to it. I was hoping for a week like Gracie had last week. I just didn't get it. You know, these guys they all work hard, but you know, bottom line, you just got to get in the hole. You can't really over try, and that's the hardest thing to do in golf is not to over try. And it sounds so easy, but it's actually really hard to do. So, you know, everyone's like, well, just let it come to you, let it come to you. Well, if it's not coming to you, and you've only got a couple tournaments left, you know, then you're in full panic mode. So that relegation's real this year. There's a lot of guys that are really going to be, you know, struggling here the last 8 rounds. So there's a lot of stress out there.
It is the secret dust, isn't it? You can't teach it.
Yeah.
And do you know it's the most demotivating thing when people say, let it happen? You're like, I don't know how to do that. Pat, thank you so much.
Of course.
You've walked 18. Let's send it back to the boys.
Fair enough. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you, Pat. Always love to hear what you guys have to say in the post-round show. And there's a beautiful shot of the JCB. Dramatic elevation changes, water hazards, and of course, machinery everywhere. All right, the fans are buzzing. They're talking on social media, and if you want to join the conversation, all you have to do is hashtag #LiveBroadcast. You might see yourself on the show. And here's Kevin Peterson, former England international cricketer, regarded as one of the greatest batsmen to have played. He had some great things to say about Stinger GC at the Pro-Am. Looks like he had a fun time. Fans are chatting, arriving at LIV Golf, looking forward to watching the golf today. I'm sure they had a blast. Jerry, I'm still waiting for you to post something up on social so we can feature it on our show.
Yeah.
What's going on, man?
Well, I tell you what, you said the fans were buzzing. If I were to post something, I would have to be buzzing myself.
That's all it took?
Uh-huh.
That's what we might have to make that happen.
Yeah.
All right, here's a couple more posts from some fans. Wow, what an experience. Loved every minute. One thing we don't chat about enough is the innovation and the activations that are all around the golf courses. Every single LIV tournament. You can see here, this kid took full advantage of every single activation here.
And it has grown so much in our very short infancy as a league itself. But yeah, the fan experience started awesome, and it just gets better every single week.
Gotta love a photo with Phil Mickelson. Oh, that's pretty cool. Having a great time at LIV JCB. That party hole, I must tell you, I did slip over there. It was pretty impressive stuff. Usually Adelaide is that crazy, but I think other places are now catching up to that energy.
It was loud. It was fun. I mean, you could tell people were having a good time.
And all you need to do is dare Adelaide to push it even farther and further, and I think they'll respond.
And there's Adrian Meronk. You know what I noticed? A lot of guys out here still sticking around on a driving range following round one. Let's talk about it here at the Club 54 post-round show. All right, now we were in the middle of discussing Adrian Meronk and his round one day before Bubba Watson came and crashed the party. I do want to give him his due time after having an amazing 6-under finish to tie at the top after round one. Let's talk Adrian Meronk a little bit. He had some incredible moments today, Jerry, and I was in the middle of asking you how realistic could it be for him to have a strong finish at the end of this week, perhaps even a podium finish?
Wouldn't surprise anybody. Wouldn't surprise any of his peers, any of his competitors, any fans, anybody that know him or have seen him play through the years. He's capable of playing at the very highest level. If he just hasn't been doing it. Sometimes he gets in his own way. He gets a little loose off the tee. He has that big upright swing. He's a tall, skinny guy. I mean, he has a big upright swing, and it's not as easy to maybe sync up as somebody who's not quite as big in stature and has a flatter golf swing. But when he's on and it's timed well, he can hit golf shots like anybody, and he can hit it high, he can hit it low, he can work it both ways comfortably. Yeah, it wouldn't be surprising at all to see him contend here, would you?
No, he was DP World Tour Player of the Year in 2023. And then, well, one of the hardest workers out there. You can see, I mean, he just shot 6-under and he's there grinding. Every time you go to the range, I mean, you'll see Adrian Meronk. Yeah. He's one of the hardest workers out there. And who knows? I mean, he can get a second victory this year. Why not?
Easily. Wouldn't surprise anybody.
For sure. Let's take a look at some highlights from Adrian Meronk's day following round one. Here he is from the Cleeks.
Well, this is always the club that defines the winners from other guys who played well and didn't get it done, and he was making some today. That was a 13 for birdie. Then we move ahead a few holes after getting the really hard ones out of the way, 16, 17, 18, and he has this at number 1 for birdie. Perfect speed, great line.
One of the smallest targets on JCB course here on 8, short pin, and played it to perfection.
Nearly perfection. A perfect shot goes in the hole.
You're right. It's pretty perfect to me.
Pretty perfect. All right. This putt was to perfection at 11. Another one. Bends a little bit.
And here on 12, the drivable par 4. Hit it into the front of the green, just missed the water, and
he hit
good pace here on this spot.
He hit driver there on that line, cleared the water by 2 feet, and only ran about a foot. And literally, that could, with a decent bounce, is hunting the hole, that tee shot he hit.
Well, this just in, Rachel Drummond is standing on the range live now with Lee Westwood's coach. Rachel, we're tossing it back to you. What's going on over there?
Hello. I'm joined by Andy Paisley, who is one of our tour coaches here at LIV. Now, you've got putting Westy, Tom McKibben and Dean Burmester.
Yeah.
And then long game as well, Lee Westwood. So thank you for joining us.
Pleasure, thank you.
Now, I want you to tell everyone quickly at home how you actually got to start coaching Lee, because we've seen a really big correlation between that change and this amazing performance at the moment.
Yeah, he asked me in Singapore at the start, like I think it was at February, March time. He's struggling a little bit with his game. He's never too far, he's such a good player, such an amazing golf swing, but a couple of things that he felt weren't quite right. He wasn't driving it as well. He would normally couldn't see the fade that he'd kind of hit his whole career, and just kind of experiment a few things. And I think we've just been able to put him in a good direction and kind of allow him to see the ball flight that he wants to see. And then Lee Westwood kind of does the rest. I feel like we've just got his practice structured, and we kind of just get the right things in place, and he's been one of the best ball strikers in the game for a long time. So I think a little bit of decent information, then he goes and does what Lee Westwood does.
We see that, don't we? Week in, week out, you tell him what to do, and he's grinding, he's hitting, he's hitting.
He's unbelievable. You give him something to do, and he will just do it. He'll do it and do it and do it, and he really understands his game. He understands the game and the value of practice. He knows how, you know, he's still got to work really hard. He keeps himself so fit and strong, and it's been amazing to work with him and just watch how well he can repeat a pattern. It's incredible.
Talking of that, we've got some highlights, so let's roll those in now, and I'd like you to speak to them if you can, please. One of the stats actually we've had from our stat man is he's hitting 15% more fairways, so whatever you're working on is doing the job. So here we go.
Yeah, I think that shape, like being able to start the ball down more for him down the left side and see the ball just fall back, and little simple things like ball position and how he moves the club away from the ball, getting a good takeaway really helped him, and he just, like I say, he just keeps doing that.
And here was the second at 4. Again, it looks like he's got it on a piece of string.
Yeah, I mean, he's a pro. You speak to the caddies that I've worked with, Lee, and they all say he's one of the best they've ever worked for in terms of hitting the numbers. He's got the numbers written on the back of his clubs in 177, 79, and he hits it 177, 178, 176, and he doesn't use TrackMan too much to kind of calibrate that. He's such a consistent ball striker. He can.
And you also work with him in putting. You know, what sort of things do you focus on?
Yeah, his putting's really improved. He's, I think Lee would typically maybe just try a few different grips and try. He didn't have enough consistent practice in what he did. So we've just kind of put a really nice simple structure in place for get his mechanics good. So when we're lucky that we live quite close to each other, so we can kind of do some good work away, so we get his mechanics really good away from a tournament, so he doesn't have to think about that too much at a tournament. And then when we're at tournaments, we can really dial in his green reading and his speed. So we've got some really cool technology for his putting that we've used that he really likes, that helps him read greens well, that helps to see that he's starting the ball on line. And I think he's that sort of player. If you give him evidence that he's doing something really well, that's all he needs. And like again, some TrackMan data, some BirdX data, if he's putting some green reading stuff, he sees that evidence, and yeah, it's like I say, he just goes and does what he does. He's one of the best players in the world. He has been for a long time, hasn't he? So.
And his swing is so repeatable. So final question, you know, what is it that you think makes his impact so repeatable? It's always that fade.
Yeah, we can shape the ball different ways, actually. His preferred shape is a fade, but it is so neutral. But he has such an amazing transition. He shallows the club really well in transition, and when you put a plane line on, the club head will just follow that plane line. It's so neutral. So he can kind of hit the ball any way he wants. It's not a very fade by his swing. It's a very neutral swing that he can just make the ball go either way. So I think when you've got those lines and we get those positions in place, he can do whatever he wants with the ball.
And what would be your final tip to people at home to get a Lee Westwood swing?
Yeah, put the reps in that he's done and work hard. But I think structure and discipline are words that kind of would come to mind with Lee.
I see you at Hexham.
Yeah.
Have I said it right?
Yeah, that's it.
Andy, thank you so much for joining us. You're one of the best out here at coaching our boys, so thank you so much. And good luck to Westy and the rest of them this week.
Hopefully it keeps it going.
Thanks, Andy.
Thank you so much, Rachel. Great to hear about the behind the scenes of Lee Westwood's game. We had a great showing at the Open last week and just had a bogey-free day here today.
Turning back the clock.
Just seems to be peaking his game at a perfect time this season.
At 52 years old, peaking his game, yeah. But, you know, the thing is, he has worked so extremely hard since joining LIV Golf. Not only his game, but his fitness, his strength. You know, Father Time has a way of catching up, and he's trying to turn back that clock, and he's doing it well. His club head speed is pretty much the same as when he was the #1 player in the world. He's had quite a few opportunities early in his LIV career to have won out here and didn't get it done. For the longest time in professional golf was known as the best player without a major. Maybe those days have passed, but he still thinks he can get it done. He proved it at the Open Championship. He goes and he qualifies, medalist and qualifier after basically no sleep, flying overnight and walking 9 holes coming from Dallas, and then goes out and plays really, really well at the Open Championship. And a lot of people love to see it. He's a gem of a human being.
29 on Saturday on that back 9 at Royal Porters. That's quite something for a 52-year-old.
Yeah. Absolutely.
He said in his presser today that he is not thinking about relegation whatsoever.
and he seemed to have conviction with that. But isn't that hard to do?
Well, I think he's pretty safe from relegation already, based on what he did. What was it, at Andalusia or Dallas?
Virginia.
Virginia. I think he's pretty safe from that. But yeah, I think he's more worried about his teammate, Ian Poulter, than that. But he's just trying to get the job done, trying to extend that career as long as he can, and he takes inspiration from somebody like Phil Mickelson as well. Both have done a great job keeping their body golf fit, and that's a whole different fitness than the kind you have. It's keeping your body able to perform the basic tasks that are required to hit a golf ball hard and straight, and they do an amazing job at it. They work so hard at it.
Well, another guy I want to talk about before we get out of here, Brandon Grace, who quietly snuck up to the top of the leaderboard and finished ahead of everyone else today in round 1. We saw it in Andalusia, who's facing relegation, finished strong, got himself in a great position now, but it hasn't stopped there.
No.
It seems like he's back.
You know, for the majority of his career, Gonzo, he was kind of a cyclical player. Most are, highs and lows. But his lows were never that low. For the last 2 years, he's played like a total stranger out here. And I mean, to the point where people started talking, you know, whispering behind his back, maybe he doesn't have it anymore. But we always knew, and I know his teammates always knew, that he did still have it. It was a huge mountain for him to climb and do what he did at Andalusia and finish, what, tied for 4th?
4th there, I mean.
And get out of that relegation and give himself that position to be with Stinger again next year.
He's been struggling with his wrist, as you know. I mean, he has to face surgery eventually, and what he did in Andalusia, I mean, just starting just below that red line, where exactly where you don't want to be.
Yeah.
And the way he played that Sunday with under all that pressure, I mean, we were all very happy for him, because we've seen what he's capable of. He's won here on LIV already, and it wouldn't surprise me if he'll have another fantastic week. You know, it's all about confidence on this game, and it's just as Westy said before. It's just it's 1 week at a time. 1 week at a time. You just need to put 9 good holes together, then 18 holes together, then it's 36, and he did in Valderrama. So I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, this kind of course, I mean, fits his game to perfection.
Lest we not forget, he was the first man to ever break 63 in a major championship. That wasn't all that long ago. The guy can play. He can flat out play.
How about 4 aces, Patrick Reed, who's currently 4th in the standings? If he were to win this week, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, that would put him in the top 3.
Yes.
Which is pretty awesome. We don't talk about that enough.
Yeah, well, he's had a good season up before his win in Dallas, but it puts him in the conversation for the season-long champion. He's well aware of that, and he's coming off a very disappointing performance at Portrush. Historically, his weakest major performance-wise, but for no reason, because the game should fit it. It fits this course really well. His game fits any course really well. The only thing he doesn't have is massive length, but he's got plenty. Everything else is absolutely majestic, sorry to use a pun. No, he's well aware of, if he wins, he's in that conversation for the big pot of gold.
Any thoughts on P. Reed?
Yeah, we had a great conversation yesterday. We shared the ride back to the hotel, and he was confident still confident on his Ryder Cup chances.
Yeah.
He wants to have a good summer. He wants to play well these 3 events left, and because he knows he can make it. He would love to be at Bethpage. I mean, he knows how loud the crowds can be. I mean, this party hole is going to be nothing compared to Bethpage. So imagine, I mean, if you're Keegan Bradley, you would like to have a guy like Keegan Reed on your team.
I might be compromised in saying this because I am with LIV Golf and I am very biased towards what this league has to offer. But if I had nothing to do with LIV Golf, I would want him on my team as an American fan. I want him on that team.
Wow. Yeah. Those are great words from you, Jerry. This is the final look at the leaderboard. Before we get out of here, it's been real, fans. This is Club 54 post-round show. Adrian Meronk, Joaquin Niemann, and Brandon Grace all leading the way as we head into round 2. And here's the team leaderboard. Majestics, Legion, Stinger. It's going to be a fun day tomorrow at round 2. Thank you guys so much for watching. I got one more thing to say to you guys. Peace.